We've been wanting to talk about this for a couple of weeks, one element of this anyway, and that is to round off the show here. Um, we're in a bull market now. I mean, we are in the early stages of it. There's going to be pullbacks and stuff like that, but we are seeing scam behavior just left and right, more prevalent than I have ever seen. I don't know about you, Ewok, but whether it's the ads on a lot of these crypto YouTube channels, including our own, or different things on Twitter, I see stuff that is like so clearly a scam ad, and it's an ad on Twitter. It's not like just an account; it's literally an ad. That is just crazy. First, before we talk about those, though, just the other day, we had a person try to access the Pulse Chain bridge simply by Googling it and clicking on a link, and apparently lost $20,000 in the process.
Yep.
Some kind of a fake bridge site for Pulse Chain. This isn't unique to Pulse Chain. This happens with any, DEX, bridge, whatever, of any prominent chain, since the beginning of time, really, in crypto. But yeah, it sucks for that person. We're not here to obviously dunk on anybody, but to highlight it and talk about like best practices. And, one of them would be not Googling for some of these things, like not, and I don't know how you maybe would screw that up, I guess, anyway, but like not just Googling for Uniswap, not Googling if you're going to use them, but not Googling for PulseX or something like that, or the bridge.
Or MetaMask.
Yeah, definitely. And instead going to like the main Twitter account, following the link from there. For Pulse Chain, just simply typing in pulsechain.com and bookmarking that, because within that site you have the links to everything in the ecosystem, basically. So yeah, first we'll just talk about best practices for like these dApps, apps, different things, bridges that you're using within crypto, Pulse Chain or whatever else. But what are some best practices you walk to make sure that you are accessing what you really want to be? Because all it takes is, and I don't want to make people paranoid, because I know it's easy to do this when you're being your own bank like this, but it can take one click of a button, and if you've got everything concentrated in one wallet or something like that, you could be in big trouble. So yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, the longer you're in crypto, the more comfortable you get, the more lackadaisical. You want to definitely, if you're going to a new site, especially, for most of us, we have our bookmarks saved that we use and don't venture out by just typing things in or searching on Google. I'll tell you what happened. Somebody went in to Google, searched for Pulse Chain Bridge, and the first one that came up was a scam. The second one that came up was legitimate. The third one was legitimate. And the fourth one was a scam. So you had, out of the top four, half of them were scam links by simply somebody knowing what they're doing with the SEO, the search engine optimization. They got it up there to the top of the list, and took advantage of it. And somebody clicked it. When they approved the transaction was more of a spend option than anything. And I think they only tried to bridge a little bit over, but because they signed the transaction that gave them permission to spend money from the wallet, it cleared them out. They were just going to do a test transaction of like $75 to see if it worked. But unfortunately, cleared out their whole wallet. So some of the things that you can do, yes, go to the original site. Pulsechain.com is very easy to remember. PulseX.com is very easy to remember. You're going to get the links from those sites if you don't have them bookmarked already. Double verify it by somebody, find another link that's the same from somebody reputable. Even saying that, it's hard to say, well, if I'm just starting out, who do I know who's reputable? It's one of the things where it's just very difficult to find out who you can trust and who you can't. That's why I would always go to the legitimate site first, and then try and verify it from a couple other things that prove that you're using the right one. I know for a while metamask.com was set up as a fake one when we all know that the real one is metamask.io. something similar to that. They're just changing the extension on the web page, and fooling people. So very careful with that. Be very careful with ads. I know this is another one too. The YouTube ads that come up. We've had people come. We meant to talk about it a couple weeks ago, even on our videos.
Yeah.
Yes, we do have ads turned on. Please be careful, because half of them, YouTube doesn't pay attention. They don't care who pays for the ads. They'll play anything. So when you see a video of a replay of Richard Hart or something like that, saying, "Hey, send me a bunch of hex and I'll send you twice the amount back." That's a popular one. There's all kind of different. I've seen ones with Elon. I've seen ones with famous people in a video, and they have it all highlighted on the sides where it's a great deal or something like that. Anytime you see great deal, or I can't believe, here's a specific one on Twitter,
Yeah.
I can't believe no one's talking about this. And I immediately block that person. Like, I get rid of, I haven't seen very many of them lately, because I went on a blocking spree, and anytime I saw that, um, I got rid of them. There's also a way that you can type in text, blocks. Like, at one point there was something, and I can't even remember, it was a MEV, some MEV bot or something that they were advertising that was a scam. If you type in MEV bot in the words predictive, it won't show it to you. So it just gets rid of it. So that's a good thing too. There's lots of different ways that you can mitigate some of these. Um, for me, I pay the extra $15 or $16 a month to YouTube for the premium. I don't see ads. So, when you spend a lot of time on YouTube, it's almost worth it to pay that little bit of extra so that you don't have to watch the ads. For me, it's, I don't get to see a lot of these scammy things that are out there, because I just don't see them. So, we spend a lot of time on here, right? We spend a lot of
Yeah.
time absorbing content and learning and listening, and things like that. So do yourself a favor. If you've got the extra $15 a month to spend, you won't see the scammy ads either, and you won't have to listen to them. And it's more video that you can watch.
Yeah, I want to make one clarification too. Like you said, we do have ads turned on and the channel's monetized, but I mean, that actually doesn't even necessarily matter for this stuff. Like, your channel doesn't even have to be monetized for YouTube to, like, even YouTube can make money off you even if you aren't getting monetized yet. So you could have a channel that's not even monetized and they will still put ads at the beginning.
True,
When it's
true.
crypto related, they'll do that. And I will say, and again, I'm not like making fun of anybody necessarily, but if you guys have been around the block at all, or like are paying any attention, I think you right now anyway. I mean, I don't know where AI advancements will be 6 months even from now. But if you can't tell that, like, this Solana guy or the Brad Garlinghouse one, there's a Brian Armstrong one. I mean, it's insane how many people they're getting to. But I mean, they're pretty goddamn fake. I mean, it's very, very bad. I mean, like, they're incredibly monotone. They sound dumb. They're talking very slowly. Oh, there's a Michael Saylor one, of course. Those just seem very, very obvious.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, anytime, you're not going to see anybody like that on an ad offering you anything. That's just not going to happen. It doesn't even make any sense. So yeah, I will say, in my younger days in crypto, you just talked about this a moment ago. Last bull cycle, they had all those streams going on where it was Elon, what's the Gilf's name? Kathy
Ooh.
Wood,
Oh, yeah.
and Jack Dorsey, the old Twitter guy,
Mhm.
I think is who would normally be on it. And it'd be those three, and it had the trick on there. It had like a banner, like it was live streaming everywhere, and it had a banner like send 2 ETH or send an ETH to this address and get 2 back. And it's like a live stream with 3 people who, like, you presumably like trust on it. It's like, are they
Right.
endorsing this promotion? It's like, no, they have nothing to even do with this, or even know that it's on the screen or anything. I thought those were somewhat effective at scamming people, because it was
Sure.
like, oh, okay, if Elon and Kathy Wood, Gilf, and everybody's saying this, then why not? But yeah, man, some of these deepfake AIs are just terrible, I think, that I'm seeing on some of these channels. So just know this, because we got like a vitriolic comment one day. I was on a Sami video today, and somebody said something like, we have nothing to do with that. And anybody who's a creator on YouTube totally deserves to get paid by YouTube if they have an audience and is monetized. It's just up to YouTube. Now, I don't know how these entities can do all this legally. When you're deep faking somebody and claiming to be them, I don't even know how that works, or maybe it's just not worth it for those entities to go after those advertisers. But just know that if you're getting a crypto ad prior to a video right now, I would just err on the side that it's definitely a scam and you don't want to be paying any attention to it. So
yeah, just be very careful. Use extra caution. Like I said, bull market, it comes out of the woodworks, and they'll get creative. They will get creative. We haven't seen, scammers. They get pretty crafty. So just double click. Something else to think about too is, don't be afraid. Every once in a while, it's probably good habit to do it, to revoke permissions. It's something we don't talk about enough, but revoke.cash. I think GoPulse has.
I don't.
They do.
They have a link to it. Yeah, they have a page dedicated to it.
Yep, they have a revoke as well for Pulse Chain. As I think it's
okay.
Yeah, so you've got revoke.cash, and then GoPulse. Here, let me share this. If you go to GoPulse and you go to here, let's go to the home page, go to apps, and it's down here at the bottom. It's revoke.
Yep.
And then all you do is connect your wallet, and you can remove. You can see what has permission to spend money, and remove those permissions. Something good to do every once in a while. And like I said, revoke.cash. You may be able to even do this on both chains. I don't know if you're connecting your wallet. It may work. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm not sure.
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't done a revoke on Pulse Chain's side yet. And it's one of those things. It sucks because it's like, well, I don't want to pay gas on ETH, which sucks, just to revoke something. Which,
you don't want to lose your bag either.
You don't want to lose your bag either. But also, gas Gwei is nothing right now. It's like bear market lows these last couple of evenings. So if you want to go in and do that, do some spring cleaning, winter cleaning, whatever you want to call it, every now and then, just in case. Because if you've done like some of those unlimited spends or something like that on some of these sites, I luckily nothing ever happened to me. But one time there was a multi-chain.xyz, which was the popular bridge to bridge over to Phantom, which was a darling of the last bull cycle. But they had some kind of hack. I don't even know how long ago this was now, 6 to 12 months ago. And sure enough, I had a wallet that was still, nothing happened, but I went into revoke cash and made sure that I was disconnected from it after that, just in case. So,
yeah,
you never know.
And you don't have to spend gas to look and see what's connected. If you go in there and you only have 2 or 3 things, if you have the hex contract and you have maybe Uniswap or something like that, then, Hedron possibly and Communis, those will be fine. You wouldn't have to do anything. But if you see something out of the ordinary that may have something that you don't recognize, then I would definitely recommend it. May cost you a few bucks, and like you said, gas prices have been what, 8, 10, 15 tops last couple of nights. So take advantage of it now while it's only a couple bucks, because I would hate to see you lose thousands because you're like, I don't want to spend a couple dollars.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely good to go in and do that every now and then for sure. And that is a good point, Ewok. You can see everything you're connected to first. So, something may be more of a concern to you than others. So,